Hello, I'm Pam Thompson. And since it's December, I have decided to read a new Christmas story. I searched the internet and I came across an online writing program for aspiring writers. Hundreds and hundreds of selections. Of course, I narrowed it down to a Christmas theme. I scanned several dozen stories and came up with one that I think will give us a new take on what happens today in the North Pole, perhaps. The one I'll be reading was written from a prompt. The prompt is, write about a character who has a love-hate relationship with their mentor. The story was submitted by Nicola Lamprecht, and it's entitled Baby Toys. I was early, he was late. Okay, he wasn't late, he would be right on time, just like he always was. As I sat in Santa's office, munching on cookies and looking at all the letters of children on the wall, I wanted to roll my eyes. I didn't because Mr. Claus has eyes in the back of his head, and I wouldn't probably surveillance cameras in the office. I wouldn't give him the satisfaction of knowing just how tedious I thought these meetings were. A mentorship, really? Like I couldn't think of 1,000,001 things I'd rather be doing than spending 2 hours every Wednesday sitting in Santa Claus's office. It was supposed to be very prestigious because the only reason I was here was because I thought they thought I might quit and join the Elf on the Shelf franchise. They had nothing to fear. Sunbathing in an oven or leaving flower footprints in a clean kitchen wasn't my scene. I didn't let them know, of course, I'm not stupid, and this might be my ticket to where I really want to be. But enough of that already. Here's the fat white guy now. Let's hear what great wisdom he wants to impart on me today. Kevin, Santa says, and I felt myself bristle. No one called me Kevin, except my mother. I was Kev or Kevy or the Kevster, not Kevin. Santa, I say formally. I'd really like to stick to Mr. Claus, but don't have the energy for the admin it would cause. The familiarity thing with management was all a ploy to make you think you're part of something bigger. Yawn. HR needed a relook at that premise. It's a beautiful day, don't you think? Sure, I said. I look outside. Looked like every other day to me. The world was full of white, fluffy snow. The only thing that changed was the sun's position in the sky, and if you were stuck in the North Pole for your entire life, that got old pretty quickly. You should be happy to know that Elephant Joe is on quite a few wish lists this year. I nod. What else can I do? I'm always told that my inventions are on someone's wish list. Last year I made the running snail, and the year before that it was the enchanted puller. Yeah, I was new. The name needed work. Elephant Joe is an elephant, as you might have guessed, but not just any elephant. It's an elephant that teaches babies how to sing. It repeats the sounds they make back to them, but has songs. There's also a lot of sensory elements with different textures. It's okay, it's baby stuff. You can't do a lot with baby toys. What I really wanted to do was adult toys. Oh, get your mind out of the gutter. I'm talking virtual reality, AI, super realism. things you can really get your teeth into. Bespoke experience that would sell for top dollar and be the thing everyone from 13 to 103 wanted. And I was stuck on baby stuff for the 3rd year in a row. "Have you thought about what I said?" Santa asks, and I sigh. The guy thought that I needed to learn something from making infant playthings. It was the same thing every week. Whatever it was, I have learned it. You couldn't tell me anything about creating intelligent toys for babies from 0 to 12 months. I was the master. But Santa Claus persisted. Every week, without fail, he insisted that there was something I was missing. As if. At this point, I wasn't even dreaming about creating alternative universes where Rome was still the center of the world. I would be happy to move on to toddler toys. "Come on, Kevin," Santa says, and he gets up from his chair. He doesn't normally do that. HR again, with "don't make the small guy feel any smaller," blah, blah, blah. I know I'm short, you're not hiding it from me. He opens his door wide and leads me outside. A walk in the snow, yay me. He takes me to the shed. The reindeer are there. Rudolph snickers when he sees me. He always snickers when he sees me. Stupid red-nosed herbivore. "Hop on," Santa says, and I stop in my tracks. "Wait, what?" "Hop on," the guy in the red suit says again, and I look at him in astonishment. He's not looking at me, he's harnessing the reindeer. "Now?" I ask. I know I sound like an idiot. I feel like an idiot. Every elf gets one ride on the sled. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Old Grendel in Kids Sporting Goods is 412, and he still talks about his ride like it was yesterday. If I had known I was going for my ride, I'd have worn my better tights. I would have combed my hair or something. "You coming?" Santa asks, and I grab his hand and pull myself up. "Fine, I'll go." I'd like to tell you it's magical. It is. But I'm not allowed to tell you. Non-disclosure agreement. HR really knows how to suck the joy out of everything. Anyway, we get to where we're going. It's a shopping mall. This is just one of those things Mr. Claus likes to do, go incognito as himself. He lets me hand out the gifts. It's all babies. Yawn. Yes, they're cute. Yes, they make little goo-goo gaga noises. It's adorable. I never said I didn't like babies. I just want something more. "Kevin," Santa says, and I know that tone. "What?" I ask, because if there's something I'm missing, just show me already. I'm so done with this song and dance. "Stop looking at the babies," he says. Excuse me? We are in a mall filled with babies. Did daycare get the day off? I don't know, but there are babies everywhere. It's impossible not to look at them. Besides, I make baby toys. They're my market. I should look at them. What else is there? Santa takes my chin and directs my gaze past the latest munchkin to his mother. So I look at the mother and the father and the grandparents. They're all there, taking pictures and smiling. So much smiling. Helplessly, I look at Santa. What does he want? Keep looking, the King of Gifts tells me, and I do. I see single parents, I see kids with 2 mothers or 2 fathers or 2 I'm not sure's. I see frazzled-looking adults and relaxed, happy adults. The relaxed ones are normally older and of the grandparent variety. I look and look and look, and then Santa says, "Now listen." So I listen. "Do you remember when we did this with Katie? Oh, can't believe she's so big now. Grandma and I used to do this with your daddy every year till he got too old. Wish I could freeze this moment. Why don't they stay so little?" I didn't talk a lot on the ride home. Okay, I guess I was there with Santa, who is technically my boss, so it's not like I would have been blabbering anyway. But I have a lot on my mind, okay? The adults were all happy looking because the babies were happy. They were remembering other babies and other good times. I see Santa a week later. I'm early, he's late. I know, he's right on time, whatever. He's always right on time. "Kevin," he says, and as he enters. "Santa," I say. He looks me up and down and smiles. He really isn't a bad guy. It's just, there's so much of him. "Anything you want to tell me?" he asks, and I grin. His beard twitches. "I think I have it," I tell him. The perfect gift for adults isn't about the technical stuff. The perfect AI environment or gadget that can make coffee while vacuuming is cool, but it's about how it makes them feel. Those things are important, I stress, because who doesn't want a coffee-making vacuum? But they're not as important. One day when I'm making toys for teens and adults, I'll have to make them feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside or out of their head excited, or the point is they must feel something. Santa nods. The first nod I've gotten in like ever. He smiles again and then he says, "Kevin, I promote you." I nearly do a backflip. "What? Really? I'll get working on those AI games straight away. And the thingy, the coffee maker vacuum thingy, I have a really good name for it. You're going to love it." "Not so fast," the fat white guy says. "You have been promoted to toddler toys. If you can impress me there, we can talk again." I feel my shoulders drooping. But then I shake it off. I did think even toddler toys would be an upgrade, didn't I? Perhaps the old dude could read minds as well. I give him a hard stare, and he winks.